Hello, my dear friends and students from top class. Here we're having a cup of coffee with Teacher Robert. Teacher Robert, thank you very much for...
Cheers. Come join us for a cup of coffee. It's great coffee that Teacher Ricardo brewed for us.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask Teacher Robert some questions about his vast experience working in the US and Mexico. So we're talking about the bus system, the driving system. You worked as many jobs you had. You also work driving a bus over there.
I had a lot of jobs. I worked in construction. I was a chef for many years. I worked for a medical company delivering medical supplies to in-home patients, terminal patients, cancer patients. And I was a city bus driver for some years, maybe 5 or 6 years. I think that was one of the most interesting jobs that I had, being a city bus driver.
Really? What did you like about it?
Well, it's just if you're a people person, because you deal with the public every day, you deal with different types of personalities, you deal with crazy people, you deal with drunks, you deal with people in wheelchairs, you deal with normal people, and I think it was one of the most interesting and one of the most challenging jobs. Not challenging as far as difficult to do, because driving a bus, really, once you get the training, it's not difficult at all. But dealing with the people, it takes a special touch. If you don't like dealing with people, it's not the kind of job for you. Many conflicts, many special situations. You have to be medically trained to give first aid to people. I was certified to give first aid by the Mesa Public Schools when I drove buses for the school.
Yeah, because there can be situations where a person suffers a heart attack or a faint.
You have to be able to not to really get too involved, but to give people who's in trouble maybe the first aid until the paramedics arrive. Okay. They teach you how to give a CPR, which is what's it called? Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. They teach you how to identify injuries like cuts or burns, and so that way you have to give a description to the medical teams that come to aid these people. Before they arrive, you have to tell them the condition of the patient, and we did a lot of drills. When I was working for the school, we did a lot of practice drills. How to evacuate a bus in case it is burning.
Okay.
How to remain calm. How to handle with panicked people. So it was very interesting, but very rewarding also. I remember there was a couple of ladies who rode the bus from Phoenix to Scottsdale every morning to go to work, and being nice to people pays off, because every morning they would bring me a breakfast burrito.
Is that true?
And a big mug of coffee. So
were they normal passengers?
Yeah, they were normal passengers every day, and so they brought me breakfast. And the people, they get to know you because you get assigned these routes. They do rotational routes maybe once every 3 months. So you get, if you're a regular driver, you get the same route assigned for 3 months. So you get to know these people, and you get to know how they are, and you get to like some you get to like, others you get to hate. But mostly, if you know how to deal with different kinds of people, you don't have any problems. There was a guy that got on the bus one day and say, "Look, I just got a job, but I don't have any money to pay for the bus, but I need to go to work. I just got the job, so I gave this guy free rides for a whole week until he got paid. And then when he got paid, he came and put the money in the machine.
All of it?
And pay for the week. So sometimes you have to have a good judge of character to people, because we're all human beings, and I think we're all on this life just trying to get by, trying to survive. And if you don't understand these people, if you have no empathy for these people, then well, you're gonna be miserable with your job if you don't like people.
Yeah, that's a fabulous story. Do you recall any hard issues that you had, and how you resolved them? How did you solve those difficult issues? I'm sure you had a couple at least.
Well, you get a lot of. Every day is different, really. Every day is like an adventure. A drunk guy gets on the bus with a bat, and this guy is just in the mood to fight. And it's very difficult when this people who are not mentally stable and who are violent, they get on the bus, and one guy got on the bus with a bat, and he was just looking for trouble. So I did what we're trained to do: remain calm, try to diffuse the situation, try to talk to this person, and call the dispatcher right away, and call the police, and try to keep the situation under control until the police arrived. So I stopped the bus, I opened the back door, and asked everybody to please step outside, because I didn't want anybody to get hurt, or maybe someone to try to be a hero and try to disarm this guy and take away his bat. So I just opened the back door and asked everybody to please step outside. And I asked this guy with the bat to come down, and I said, no one's trying to fight with you. What do you need? What do you want? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Do you want me to call somebody for you? So basically, it took the police about 2 minutes to get there. But we were trained to handle these types of situations. A person passed out on the bus one time, and I pulled over, and I went over, and I asked everybody please to step aside, and I checked this person to see if it was breathing, see if it had a pulse, and I had already called the paramedics. So they arrived, and they said this person had suffered a what they call a diabetic shock.
Diabetic shock, no?
Yeah, he was an older person who was diabetic, and his blood sugar went so low that he passed out.
Did he survive?
Yeah, he survived, because the paramedics came and they gave him a shot of glucose or whatever it is they give him.
Insulin, I think.
Insulin, so many different situations. I had a route that passed right by the county jail.
Okay.
So I knew that every Saturday, a lot of people were going to get bailed out or just let out of the jail, and a lot of these people, they have no money, and a lot of these were career criminals who are in and out of the jail system,
going forth and back.
And my route went right by the jail, and I knew that every Friday or on Mondays there would be a lot of people coming out of jail, and people who have no money. So I gave them a lot of free rides. And many times these are good people. They're not really bad people. And again, like I said, it's just a matter of how you treat people. It's how they react to you. If you treat them kindly, they're going to respond by treating you kindly. If you are aggressive towards them, of course they're going to become aggressive. So you have to know how to treat people.
Do you recall any of those people becoming astonished or surprised because of you treating them well?
Yes. Sometimes they came on the bus with an attitude, the bad attitude. So I always greeted everybody, good morning, sir, good morning, ma'am, how are you today, how can we help you? If I saw that they were kind of down, kind of depressed, I strike a conversation with them and try to find out. Sometimes people, all they want to do is for someone to say, "Are you okay? Is there any problem? How do you feel today?
Right.
Are you having a good day?" Sometimes that's the opener, and people just open up to you.
Like a trigger.
Yeah, there's no, I'm not feeling really good today. Someone broke into my house and robbed me, or my mom or my brother got sick, or sometimes people are just looking for someone to listen to them. I think most of us, when someone shows that they care, we're going to respond in a positive way. So it's very interesting, a very interesting job actually. I got to meet a lot of people, I got to know a lot of people, people's problems, people's interests, many things. And we had a lot of bad experiences too. Some drivers were not very nice to people, and they got beat up sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
By the passengers?
By the passengers. There was a lady, an old lady, who was very mean to the people. And one time a guy punched her in the face.
What did she say, or what did she used to do or say to them?
Well, the guy wanted a free ride because he didn't have any money. He had some place to go, and he was one of those transients that are not really mentally stable, and to them, anything can trigger their anger or their violence, their violent behavior that they're really looking. It's just right there on the surface, and anything can bring it out. So, yeah, this lady refused to give him a ride and told him to get off the bus, and well, the guy punched her in the face.
Wow.
So, I guess it can be a dangerous job, but most of the trouble you bring it upon yourself.
Interesting.
So it's
So you need to have people's traits.
yes, you need to have people. You need to be kind to people. That's what it comes down to. You need to be kind, and you're not going to have any problem. At least I never really had any problems with anybody. I had to kick a couple of drunks off the bus one time because they were bothering the people in the back of the bus, and they had snuck bottles of beer onto the bus, and they were drinking in the back. So I had to kick him out of the bus, call the police, and then when I was taking off, one of them took the bottle and threw it at the bus and hit the window. He didn't break anything, but yeah, you deal with these people all the time.
Very interesting. Well, Teacher Robert, thank you very much for your comments for this short video for our class.
Yeah, sure. I have a lot of good stories. I've held many jobs, and I lived through a lot of good experiences and a lot of bad experiences. So yeah, no problem.
So pretty soon we're going to be enjoying one more of your stories then.
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.